The 2018 New Japan Cup is over. The Sakura Genesis main event is set. Spring has sprung. And I'm the guy from Spoiler Free Wrestling, and we're talking the New Japan Cup Finals was today. But before we get to that, if it's your first time on our YouTube channel, I want to ask you to please hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're not missing out on any of the videos that we put out at Spoiler Free Wrestling. And it also helps more people find our channel and helps our channel grow. So today, the New Japan Cup Finals, Zack Sabre Jr. did to Hiroshi Tanahashi what he did to Tetsuya Naito, Kota Ibushi, and Sonata all throughout the course of this tournament. He made him tap out. Well, actually, Kota Ibushi didn't tap out. There was a referee stoppage, but won a match with a submission hold, made Hiroshi Tanahashi tap out to a move called Orienteering of Napalm Death. I'll repeat that for you. The move is called Orienteering of Napalm Death. So I looked this up because he mentioned that's what the name of the hold was. So I looked this up, and it's a modification of a move. It's a modification of an over-the-shoulder single-leg Boston Crab. So it's but of course, the way Zack Sabre Jr. does it is he will tie up all of your other limbs while he has that hold locked in. And we saw this in what he did to Sonata in the semifinals. Well, what he does in a lot of matches is whatever limb his opponent puts out to try and grab the rope, he will grab onto that and, twist it in a way that the guy would rather it not be twisted in. And when you're out of limbs, you got to submit. Sonata was down to a leg and he had to submit. Tanahashi, I think, had both of his arms, but he was in the center of the ring and going nowhere. He had to submit. And so the match today went similar to how many of Zack Sabre Jr.'s matches have gone all tournament long. A lot of it was grappling based, with Zack Sabre Jr. twisting his opponent's limbs in different which ways. But then Tanahashi would fight back. He'd get in a few moves. He'd do a diving senton or a sling blade. But inevitably, Zack Sabre Jr. would find a way to counter something back into either a submission-based offense or some type of pinning combination. And finally, it looked as though Tanahashi had gotten the better of him. He hit a high fly flow onto the back of Zack Sabre Jr., which normally sets up him hitting a high fly flow onto the front of his opponent. And if he does that, the match is over. So it was a moment where, oh, okay, if he hits this, he wins. If he doesn't, Zack Sabre Jr. gets out of the way, and he puts him in a heel hook immediately. Tanahashi favoring his knee. And eventually Zack Sabre Jr.'s offense all starts to revolve around Tanahashi's knee and legs. Finally gets him into the Orienteering of Napalm Death, scoots himself and Tanahashi back into the middle of the ring. Tanahashi can have no more of it. He taps out. And it's revealed after the match. Well, it had been made clear before the match that should he win, Zack Sabre Jr. would challenge Kazuchika Okada. And there were no surprises after the match. He said he would have Okada, and Taka Michinoku translated this to the fans. He then goes to the back. The cameras follow him. He's got his press conference in the back. It was a very short press conference. Taka Michinoku, I'm pretty sure, screamed out, "Just tap out," I don't know that happened, but I feel it's likely that occurred. The beer they passed Zack Sabre Jr. was warm. He was upset by this. He said that when he's champion, things will change, and the first thing is that the beer will be cold. And then left. So the main event, April 1st, Zack Sabre Jr., Kazuchika Okada, the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. If Kazuchika Okada wins, he will tie Hiroshi Tanahashi's single reign title defense record. I don't believe I said those words in the right order, but if you put them all together, I'm sure you get what I mean. So Tanahashi, 11 title defenses. Kazuchika Okada, he's sitting on 10. One away from the record. We had talked about over the weekend that maybe the story would be Hiroshi Tanahashi wins the New Japan Cup, goes on to Sakura Genesis, and is basically trying to defend his record and win the IWGP Heavyweight Championship in the process, but that's not what happened. And now all of a sudden, Zack Sabre Jr. is a big star. Not that he wasn't a star before, but in New Japan Pro Wrestling, now he's a big star. He just walked through several of their biggest stars and is immediately a threat to Okada's title. Let's just take a look at Zack Sabre Jr. on Cage Match here. There, I just looked it up. Zack Sabre Jr. and Kazuchika Okada have definitely never wrestled each other, at least in terms of matches on the record. And that is coming from the German wrestling statistic site Cage Match, which is an excellent source for statistics. And it was in the Destruction in Hiroshima show on September 16th last year that Hiroshi Tanahashi defeated Zack Sabre Jr. And so the series between them was tied 1-1, and Zack Sabre Jr. Just won the rubber match between the two today. And that is your 2018 New Japan Cup winner, Zack Sabre Jr., and your Sakura Genesis main event is set. Zack Sabre Jr. going up against Kazuchika Okada. If Okada wins, he ties Hiroshi Tanahashi's title defense record. And if Zack Sabre Jr. wins, he's the IWGP Heavyweight Champion.